Do you know why we celebrate May Day? It's an intriguing question, isn't it? May Day, a public holiday celebrated on the 1st of May in various parts of the world, is more than just a day off work. It's a day that carries significant historical and cultural weight. From ancient spring festivals to pivotal moments in labor rights movements, May Day has served as a symbol and a rallying point for different causes throughout the ages. It's a day that bridges the gap between the old world and the new, intertwining tradition with progress. A day that, despite its varied interpretations, unites us in the shared acknowledgement of its importance. So, whether you're familiar with the holiday or it's something entirely new to you, there's always more to learn, more to uncover. Stick around as we delve into the fascinating history of May Day. May Day's history is deeply rooted in ancient traditions and rituals. This celebration didn't simply spring up overnight. Instead, it has a rich backstory that dates back to the time of the Celts and Romans, who were among the first to observe May Day festivities. In the Celtic tradition, May Day, or Beltane as it was known, was a significant time of year. It marked the beginning of summer, a time when the earth was teeming with life and fertility. The Celts would light great bonfires and dance around maypoles, a symbolic gesture of the connection between the heavens and the earth. They believed that this festival would ensure their crops' growth and protect their cattle from disease. On the other hand, the Romans had their own version of May Day celebrations known as Floralia. This festival was dedicated to Flora, the goddess of flowers and spring. It was a time of merriment and revelry, filled with dances, theatrical performances, and vibrant displays of flowers. The Romans would also engage in various games and competitions, all in the name of welcoming spring and celebrating fertility. These ancient cultures placed great importance on these rituals and traditions. They were deeply connected to the cycles of nature and the changing of the seasons. Their celebrations were an expression of this connection, a way to give thanks for the abundance of life and to invoke protection and prosperity for the coming year. Interestingly, these early May Day celebrations were not just about the physical fertility of the earth, but also about the spiritual and emotional fertility of the people. They were a time for community building, for strengthening bonds and relationships, and for expressing joy and gratitude. As time went on, May Day began to take on new meanings. It evolved and adapted, reflecting the changing values and beliefs of the societies that celebrated it. But no matter how much it changed, the essence of May Day remained the same: a celebration of life, of renewal, and of the endless cycle of birth, growth, and rebirth. In the late 19th century, May Day took on a new significance. This was a time of rapid industrialization, a time when the world was changing dramatically. Workers were facing long hours, poor conditions, and low wages. The labor movement in the United States was growing stronger, and workers began to rally for better conditions. The fight for an 8-hour workday became a key issue, and May Day became a symbol of this struggle. On May 1, 1886, hundreds of thousands of workers across the country went on strike, demanding an 8-hour workday. The epicenter of this movement was in Chicago, where tens of thousands of workers took to the streets. 3 days later, the peaceful protests turned violent during a rally at Haymarket Square. A bomb was thrown at the police, who responded with gunfire. Several policemen and demonstrators were killed, and many others were injured. This event, known as the Haymarket Affair, created a wave of hysteria against labor activists and immigrants who were blamed for the violence. Despite the backlash, the Haymarket Affair did not dampen the resolve of the labor movement. Instead, it served as a catalyst, sparking even more protests and strikes across the country. The fight for workers' rights continued, and the memory of the Haymarket Affair became a rallying cry for labor activists. Internationally, the event had a profound impact. In 1889, the International Socialist Conference declared May Day as International Workers' Day, in memory of the Haymarket martyrs. The decision was a nod to the American labor movement and its fight for an 8-hour workday. From then on, May Day became synonymous with the struggle of workers worldwide. It became a day to remember the sacrifices made by those who fought for better working conditions, and a day to continue the fight for workers' rights. This marked a turning point in the history of May Day. From being a spring festival, it became a symbol of the labor movement, a day dedicated to workers and their rights. The transformation of May Day is a testament to the power of collective action and the enduring spirit of the labor movement. Today, May Day is celebrated differently across the world. This statement holds a world of truths. From the blooming meadows of Europe to the bustling streets of Asia, and even to the far reaches of the Americas, May Day takes on unique forms, yet its essence remains the same. In the United Kingdom, for instance, May Day is often associated with the advent of spring. The day is marked by Morris dancing, the crowning of the May Queen, and the intricate dance around the maypole. These traditions are deeply rooted in the country's history, harking back to ancient Celtic festivals and the Floralia of the Romans. Conversely, in countries like Russia and China, May Day, also known as International Workers' Day, is a public holiday dedicated to the working class. These nations commemorate the day with grand parades showcasing military prowess and solidarity among workers. It's a day when the streets echo with the voices of unity, fairness, and the indomitable spirit of the labor force. In the United States, May Day carries a dual significance. While some engage in the springtime maypole festivities, others rally in the streets to champion labor rights, echoing the sentiments of the Haymarket Affair in 1886. It's a day that mirrors the country's dichotomy of tradition and progress. And then, we have countries like France and Germany, where May Day is both a celebration of spring and a day for workers. People exchange lily-of-the-valley flowers for good luck in France, while in Germany, maypoles are decorated in villages and labor rights are recognized. So you see, May Day is a chameleon of a holiday, donning different colors in different parts of the world. It's a day of spring, a day of workers, a day of unity, and a day of celebration. But at its core, it's a day that marks a collective human experience, an experience of change, of hope, and of continuity. Regardless of how it's celebrated, the spirit of May Day remains the same. It's a spirit that transcends borders and cultures, uniting us all in a shared history and a common future. So, let's summarize what we've learned about the history of May Day. We began our journey exploring the deep roots of this celebration, with its origins tracing back to pagan times. The ancient festival of Beltane, marked by bonfires and merrymaking, celebrated the transition from spring to summer, a time of growth and fertility. It was a time when communities came together, sharing food, stories, and the promise of a fruitful season ahead. As centuries passed, the traditions evolved, merging with other cultural practices. The maypole dance, a popular feature of modern May Day celebrations, is a beautiful representation of this blend of customs. Its intricate weave of ribbons symbolizing unity and the interconnectedness of life. In the 19th century, May Day took on a new significance. It became a beacon for the labor movement, a day to champion the rights of the working class. The Haymarket Affair, a pivotal event in labor history, resulted in May 1st being recognized as International Workers' Day. The fight for an 8-hour workday, fair wages, and improved working conditions were brought to the forefront, and the spirit of this struggle is remembered and honored each year on this day. Fast forward to today, and May Day continues to be celebrated in diverse ways around the globe. From peaceful protests and parades advocating for workers' rights to joyful spring festivals with flower crowns and maypole dances, the day is a vibrant mix of the old and the new. It's both a tribute to the past and a call to action for the present, embodying the enduring human capacity for change and adaptation. May Day is more than just a date on the calendar. It's a symbol of unity, of the power of collective action, and of our shared history. It's a reminder of the struggles faced by those who came before us, and an inspiration for the battles yet to be won. May Day is a testament to how traditions can evolve and adapt over time, carrying with them a piece of our shared human history. I hope you found this journey through the history of May Day interesting. We've traveled from the ancient roots of this celebration, through its transformation into a powerful symbol of the labor movement, up to its diverse manifestations in the present day. You've been great company on this trip through time. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. Have you or your family celebrated May Day in a unique way? Or perhaps you've participated in a May Day protest or parade? We want to hear your stories, your thoughts, and yes, even your critiques. Every comment enriches our understanding and keeps the dialogue alive. So, don't hold back. Dive into the comments and let's continue this exploration together. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical deep dives. Until next time, keep exploring the stories that make us who we are.